Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is a Focus Friday video, and for the month of September we're focusing on dies and all things die cutting. So today we're going to focus on a technique called partial die cutting, and here you can see it on this card. I've used what's normally a square die to create this little window here, and you can see it says happy birthday and you open it and there's your cake, and then you've got these two lovely little puffins down here. So really simple card, really easy to make, so let's get started. So first let's get all the stamping and colouring sorted and out the way. I've got a piece here of basic white, and the stamp set we're going to use today is this one called Party Puffins, and this one I've used quite a lot, and we're going to stamp everything in Memento ink because we're going to colour in. We're not going to do a lot of colouring, but the little colouring we're going to do, we're going to use the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers, so we want to use Memento ink so we don't have any problems. So let's stamp our little critters. Just going to press down, hold like that. That's one, and then let's do this other one. I usually get better ink coverage by taking my ink pad to the stamp, but it just depends on different people what works for you. There we go. And then our little cake. Just like that. I think I'm actually going to stamp our cake again because I needed to have a bit more space around it than I've allowed there, so I'm going to stamp it just there. Like that. So you want to stamp our sentiment, happy birthday, but we want the words to be underneath each other and not along like that. So we're going to mask off the birthday initially, just with some masking paper. We're going to ink up the happy, remove our masking paper, and then I'm just going to stamp happy like that. Lovely. Now I'm going to mask off the happy, and just ink up the birthday. Get rid of that. Now you can see I didn't clean my stamp, so you still got the happy, but it's going to be fine because I'm going to cut that quite close. If you'd just cleaned off the stamp between you wouldn't have got that ghost stamping, but it's going to be perfectly fine. So I'm going to do a little bit of quick colouring, so I'm just going to zoom you in and I'll tell you the colours I'm going to use. Polished pink, let me get them out. Polished pink, pumpkin pie, soft sea foam, daffodil delight, smoky slate, and my colour lifter. So I'm going to do the colouring and I'll see you at the end. So we coloured everything in, as you can see, and then I just fussy cut out our little pieces, and I just roughly cut out our cake, and I cut out our little sentiment. So we're going to set all of that aside now because we're going to do our partial die cutting. Now the pattern paper I've got here is Sunprints, and this is a standard mat for me, so this is 14.35 centimeters by 10. So let's bring in the big boss, which is this machine here, and this is our die cutting machine. And let's put it this way so you can see better. Actually, let me put it to the side initially. this is our plates. So what we want to do is we want to place our die wherever we want it to be initially. So we want it to be roughly around there. So I'm going to hold it in place using some post-it note tape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the die cutting machine like this in a horizontal way. And if you can see your plates here, they have a lip. Where the lip starts, die cutting will stop. So what you want to do is you want to align that lip with the start here of this edge here, so that you can gain your window. So if I just do that now, you just line the two up together, making sure everything is as straight as you can possibly manage it, just like that. And then I'm just going to use some tape to hold down my plates together. So you can see it's lined up with the lip, and I've got a little bit of tape to hold the plates together, and that's just because I want everything to stay where I positioned it. I'm going to put it into the die cutting machine and just going to wind it through. Whoops, don't worry about that. That's just plastic plates going through a metal roller. It's perfectly normal. So as I said, there's your window. Really simple. And then if you want to you can just fold it back, press it down with your fingers. Now this one I've got opening the opposite way to the other one, but that's fine. So let's start to build our card. Now our card base is polished pink. It's a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of basic white cardstock, and this is just going to be my insert. And I'm just going to put this in. Now partial die cutting is a great technique to use. It stretches your dies, but if you're unsure about it, do maybe practice on some scrap cardstock initially until you've got the hang of how your die cutting machine works, and then go for it on your pretty paper. So we're going to put our cake behind here, and all I'm going to do is just put some adhesive around the square, and then I can get my cake lined up exactly where I want, like that. Okay, and then more adhesive. And we can put this now on our card base. Just like that. Okay, and then our little piece here, I'm going to mat on some cardstock, some polished pink again. This is just a scrap, as you can tell. Get my scissors out. I'm just going to cut this out freehand, like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put this on top of the window. I'm not going to use any dimension because it is the window. Stick it in like that. And then we're going to have these two. These two I'm going to put up on some dimensions. So let's get our dimensionals and put them. I'm quite generous normally with my dimensionals, as you can tell. I don't want these little rascals popping up. I'm going to get some of my mini ones out as well, if I can find them. Here they are. And these are great for these smaller areas, and just to help like that. So let's take the backings off here. As you know, I hate taking backings off dimensionals, but it's one of those needs must. So let's place this little one boogieing away down here, and then this little shy one looking up to the older kiddie, wondering if he'll ever be like him. Just like that. Let's get rid of these backings of the dimensionals before they get everywhere, because they do tend to migrate everywhere, unfortunately. Okay, let's bring in these finishing touches. These are iridescent rhinestones, and we're just going to put a few higgledy-piggledy around. And just add some sparkle to our card. I'm just going to use 3 like that, and then I am going to do something else. I'm going to bring in some glue dots, and I've just got a single hole punch here. I'm going to hole punch some little dots. And this is just a simple hole punch you can buy from any stationers. And then our glue dots to the rescue. And I'm just going to take one, put it on our glue dot, and I'm just going to scatter these around so they look a bit like confetti, or I thought they did anyway. And you can have as many or as few of these as you wish. And they're just the right size for the glue dots, so it all fits perfectly. Three, 4. I want to sort of be an odd number if possible. So let's do this last one, 5. Like that. So there was our little confetti. So there are our 2 cards. So I hope you like that technique. It's a really fun technique and helps to stretch your dies. So partial die cutting. So do try it and let me know how you get on. I hope you like these projects. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want more information about the project supply lists, measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you once again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.